Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. Today we're doing another Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge. And this is week 6. It is a book page, an animal. I have a kitty cat up here, a clock, holes, which you'll see transpire, and my wire is a staple. Or not a staple, a paper clip. Whoopsie. Okay, anyhow, so I've been needing to make a ephemera holder for my swap partner in another Facebook page I'm on, Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling, and I have to get her little project done. I'd like to get it mailed out tomorrow. So what I'm working with here, it's the Roses and Laces Stamperia pack, and I'm not sure why I went for it. I did like the dark, the wood. It has quite a few pretty elements, and I love lock and keys, so that may have been it. It's got this wonderful page here. It's got all kinds of little rustic looking pieces, and so it worked out to have a lot of the elements that I need. So we are going with that, and I picked this page because it's pretty neutral, and I can decorate it up and not feel like I'm covering anything. And also, the piece that she required was 8.5 by 11 folded in half, and then you decorated it. Well, I'm going with this 12 by 12, but I have scored it. Where did I score it? I scored it at 3.5 from the bottom, because what I figured is once I fold it around and fold it up, it's going to give me a great big pocket right there, and it will be within my 8.5. Yes, I'm in the 8.5. I'll just be an inch wider, half an inch wider on each side. There we go. So I'm not cheating that much. But it is scored right in the middle at the 6-inch mark. And I need to cut here. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos where the ladies will tell you, ooh, not quite in the middle either, where the ladies tell you to cut away your score mark, like if you're going to a crease like that. But I'll show you what I mean. Let me get let me get the proper score line in here. Oh, good grief. Okay, let me move my little goodies up there. So we have the score line in both ways. Let me score it this way as well. And we want to cut, and it's hard to see on this, I do admit. You can kind of see it there. But what we're going to do, I'm going to take my little hand trimmers here. We're going to take and cut away on each side of the score line. Oh, and while I'm doing this, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to visit and watch, and maybe get some ideas for their own ephemera holders. Yeah, Miss Young is my swap partner, and I want to make her up something a little cutesy, and some things that she could use. You're supposed to fill these as well. You're supposed to come in at a little bit of an angle, but I don't think I'm going to worry about the angle part. I think if I cut away enough, it's not going to need the angle. Let's see what she looks like now. So, yeah, I think that's good, because all you got to do now is do you a bead of glue on either side, and your pocket is down. This is for deeper elements. So let me show you my idea for the other part of the inside for the pockets for the ephemera holder. I don't know why I have this in my head, but I kept, vellum, which this is vellum, it's kind of hard to deal with, or I found out in my own ephemera holder. So I decided to go about just scoring it and folding it. So I made my own pockets without cutting and having to glue and all that. The only parts you're going to have to glue is on the outside edges, which this is too wide. I need it to be just under a 6-inch mark. So let me lay it down here. And I'm going to do one, so you'll be able to see how I fix this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go about 5.5, maybe 5 3/4. I want to go close to the, maybe a little more now. I want to go close to the edge of the crease, but not in the crease, just in case there's some items in the pocket. which may be a teeny bit bulky, you know. And then I'm just going to trim down through there with this. Did I get it all? Oop, oop. I don't know what's going to happen with this little piece. I'll figure out something one of these days. Okay. Now, I have another piece here, which I am going to show with my scoreboard how I did it. And it's kind of, I think, a better way to go about it. It's doubled up for one, and you can't really see the glue through it, which was always one of the problems. And you can still see a bit of the background, which is great. So I went down 3, I know. So, which way I'll go this way. Okay. So I scored first at 3. And I didn't worry about flipping this paper or nothing. I'm just scoring on the same side, all the way down. And then I went up at 1.5. So go back out 1.5 more. And that makes my first pocket once you fold it up. Then I went down, gosh, what was that? Then I went down from that, that's not 3, 4.5. It looks like I went down 4.5. So I'm going to move this out to the 0 here, and we're going to go out to 4.5. It takes a whole piece, in other words, of this paper, the vellum. So let me show you what you get. So if you didn't catch that, that was 3, 4.5, and what? 3, 4.5, and 9. So that's what you get. Now this part, I'm going to fold down. Whoopsie. Where is my, here's my, it's hiding over here. I can't even see it. All right, we're going to fold this down, get it going. Now, that's my top of my back. I'm going to give it a good groove, score. Then we're going down to make the pocket. Go across. Then the last one's easy. You just fold it up, and that's your pocket. I figured that's the easiest way to go about it. All right, there it is. You just have to watch. Sometimes these grooves, you just can't see them. Oops. Well, I don't think you're going to see that part. I think it's going to be underneath of this pocket if you mess up on your score a little bit. So then we have to do the same thing here where we cut it back. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and almost 6. Where's my, I put it away. There we go. So we're just going to cut, cut, cut. I'm trying to get a few videos up and on my channel to be scheduled, so I can have this all done and not have to stress about it. I do kind of stress, you know. Well, I don't have anything out for you guys. All right. Let's see what it looks like first, and we're actually going to do the outside before we finish our inside. And I got little pieces of ephemera going everywhere. All right, so it's going to go in here like this and this, and I'm just going to glue it on the outside edge. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I do need to probably glue it right in here. I did have one other little thing I may try with this before we put them in. I saw My Paper Fun on Instagram. She did a vellum with rub-ons on it. So I'm wondering if I could put some rub-ons on here. So we'll try that. You know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So that's the future plan. Now we're going to flip this baby over, and we're going to do our front. And I'm going to just leave it flipped so I know where to go with everything. I do have book page. That's one of the prompts. And I have to use it somewhere in here. So I thought I would do it under the clock. Now, what is midnight? That's that one. Me and my Roman numerals. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am actually going to put a hole in here. This home is where the heart is. Ooh, I'm going to put a little hole in here, and we're going to put this as like a flip up here. I'm going to put it right there. Can I see it? Yeah, right there. And it's going to be a little piece that flips around. I thought it'd be something kind of cute. I think I went with this color here of a brad. Now here's my other prompt, holes. This is how I'm getting getting away. I'll say getting away with it, of putting holes in here. And this is my hole part. Oh, goodness. Okay. Got fumble fingers today. Get in there, Brad. There we go. Now what we got to do is go through this part. And I thought it would be kind of a little interactive piece where she could slide it around, look at the time, put a little secret note or something under it. Yeah, something just like that. And now we're just going to go and make it go that way and put it down. Come on, come on. There we go. And I always do this trick. I stick my bone folder on there and push it down. Now, so we don't have, yep, it slides around. Perfecto, perfecto. We don't have any kind of problem because I am not going to go down completely with this. I'm going to actually do a plus sign glue. Yeah, I'm always doing something weird, aren't I? Okay, we're going to cover this up first with some glue. Just so if you tuck anything back behind here, in case the legs try to grab it, it won't happen. And it doesn't matter which side you go with here. This was just some extra. That was a corner. I always take the corners and I'll cut out little circles and stuff with it. Or if it's big enough, I'll cut out other things. But I like to use them, you know, as policy closures. I was thinking about closing this with a policy closure, but I had another idea. Don't always. Okay. I think that's down. Now what we want to do is find where we're placing everything else on the front. Okay, I have this, which is getting another hole or two right here. And this just gets put down all the way. But let me start the hole there. And I don't know if I have to do anything else. Oh, the lock gets that color. All kinds of little brads over here. The lock gets that brad, and this gets this brad. I thought the black would look pretty here. And yeah, that one is going down all the way, so we don't have to worry about where those brad legs go. Okay. Now, mash it. My little idea, mash it. Try to get your brad up to where it's supposed to be. And then that one's going to go right there. The last thing that has brads in it is the lock. And that has two little spots here that I'm assuming were brads. Or supposed to be brads. Whoops. And that one will also go down flat. And I don't have to worry about it. And it'll all come together here just in a minute. I'm working I'm working out all the little paraphernalia parts first. All right. Now there. Got all that done. Now if I wanted to be, well, I don't think you're going to see the white core. I don't think you really see it. It's too much stuff to look at here. Now the newspaper or book page. The part with it is I wanted to go behind here and kind of have little strips here and there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go down here and do a little ripping. And it's just going to give you something else to look at. I don't know how big it needs to be. I don't think it really needs to be much. I don't want to see any white though. So let me save my number and see what we can do here. Put a little piece like right back there. That's kind of neat. Oop, got a little stray guy right there. Let's rip him off. Now if I want to, I can ink it. I think I will, just to give it the aged look that the rest of this has. That's what you have to do. Now, if you don't like the ink, sometimes you may have to because you're trying to keep the look. Let's see, there's one there. I think that's working out. I'm going to bring in one from maybe right. I'm rip this one in half and see I can go down here with that one. And like here with the other one, or maybe down here. Yeah, maybe we'll spread that one way down here, so it's going to be kind of completing your page. All right, let's get us some little ink and go in here, if my ink is still working for me. Poor little thing. It's one of those sponge jobs, and I'm not that crazy about it. I've tried putting re-inker in the vintage photo, which is that one, and it's like I almost have to feed it with more ink all the time. And so I just started spraying it. I spray it with some water and that does the job for me. All right, with this one I don't have to go all the way around, did I? No, I'll stop right there, and I think a little bit up here was all you were going to see of it. Yeah, and then you can actually rub on here too. I forgot to do that over here to give it the spotty look. Like it's been in the attic for ages. Or, you know, water spots, that kind of good stuff. All that stuff, it gives you the nostalgia, like it's an old scrapbook or somebody's album. They've put cuttings in, clippings. All right, and this one I only need to do the outside edge if I can get a hold of it. And then we're done with that part. All right. Then I can put this back to where the clock is going to be, and I can figure out where each one of these needs to go down. This one first. I can get it glued up and tucked under. What's everybody doing today? I'd like to know if you're doing any crafts. Got any plans? It's getting nice and sunny. Not so warm, but it's sunny out there. So I'm hoping. I don't want to freeze over there. It's in the mountains where I'm going for my vacation. And then we're going to be hiking. And like my mom said, I've got these galoshes that have no insulation. I'd rather have dry feet than warm feet. I guess it's the way to look at it. Okay. Trying to get my words level. Okay. This is the next one. I have that number on there. I was debating on using some of those big numbers from that one page in the Stamperia album book pad. But I don't know. I don't know that I need them. They are awfully large. And I didn't really know what number to go with, except maybe the year, 2023. So I'm kind of leaving that. I don't think I'll need it. Not for what I'm doing. Yeah, these swaps are really fun. I've been on them on other pages, and yeah, it's real fun. You get to either get stamped items or die cut items or something along those lines. Okay, we're going to go ahead and glue this down because it's ready. And I thought the best word for her is journal instead of memories, because this is a little ephemera journal. Okay. I think I got enough on there. Try to eyeball center it. Eyeball center it. There. I need to go over a little bit. All right. That's really cool looking. It does look really aged. Okay, I need to pull it down just a tad. There we go. And you can sometimes get in here with your bone folder when you got those brads on the very edge of your page or item. So, there we go. Now, my idea here, I gotta get this down before we can put the lock on. My idea here was to do a plus sign glue. So, what I need to do is, let me get my pencil. What I need to do is flip it exactly the way it's going to be, which maybe the doodaddies back here is going to tell me. No, they're not quite right, are they? Okay, I'm going to go by what I've got. And then it's going to be going across like that. And my purpose in this is she can tuck stuff in there. It's not going to be just a gewgaw on the front. It will also have a little purpose. She might put a little wedge-shaped note, a little wedge-shaped piece of cardstock, some other little ephemera that would fit. I mean, it's all kinds of different ways. And I'm going to make sort of a thick line because I want it to hold down good. All right, now, stick my finger in it and get it to be right side up and as centered as possible. About right there, I think is good. Okay, we're going to go with it right there. I'm not sure about these numbers. There. Push it down. Do I have something I can show you? Let me find one of my little pieces I cut out to go in her book. Now see, like that. It doesn't have to be that, but you know, it could go up like this. But that's the process I was going for, the idea. Now the lock goes on, and we can move to our inside. And I do have my closure still to do, which I might have to, I did forget about that. I might have to do a little something under here first. I've got these magnetic discs. I got them from, Scrapbooking with Me. I think I'm going to have to go get some more. Trying to pick up my stuff. Okay. I am going to pull that off, and it goes under here because it's going to be a little snap lock mechanism thingy. And see, that hides it for me perfectly. Now, I might have to spit a little more glue on here. And then this is going down. All right. Where did I put it? Right there. So, I don't want to hinder my pocket here, but I have to do a little bit of closing up. There. And do I have that right on top of that magnet? I probably do. Let me see if I can move it still. Yeah, that magnet was wanting to hang on to that. I said, ooh, metal. There. We'll do it right there. Right there. That'll work. Let me push it down because I moved it. Get all my edges down. Yeah, I see it right there. All right. Now, our inside. We're not going to do our positive part of the magnet yet. We have to wait and do that later. Which I'm not exactly sure where that other part went that I needed for that. I need to find it. Oh, I think it's up here. Nope, that's not it. What in the world? I got stuff all over the place. I must have covered it with something. I'll find it. Hang on. Never fear, I found it. I knocked it down into a bottom shelf. But this is what I'm going to do here. This is going to wrap around from the back. I thought it was a cute play with the key going in the hole. Although it'll be upside down, but who cares? And I put this piece of, or I'm going to glue this with some fabric tack, so it gives it more flexibility and it won't rip over time. So that's my plan there. Oh, I did forget something for the front. I've got these little page corners. Forgetting everything, Rhoda. Forgetting. All right. Had to do all kinds of fussy cutting to get all this stuff ready to go in here. And it's getting close to where my husband's going to come home. I like to always do something before he comes home or after he hits the couch out there. 'Cause I'm shy. I don't know that I can be loud when he's here. So, okay, and that goes there. Thought this would give it a really interesting look. I'm trying to get my shadow lines just right too. I have to pick the perfect one because it looks like the shadow line is on the outside of each piece. So I'm trying to stay consistent with that. That was one of the things we learned in art, is where your light source was coming from. You always had to pay attention to where the light source was coming from for your piece to look authentic or real. It couldn't just come from anywhere. It was either coming from the left, the right. I remember drawing oranges, and we had still lifes we would have to do. I see this little piece down here at the bottom where I cut out that, there. It didn't belong there. There we go. So, our front is done. Now we're going to work on our inside. How fun, how fun. I'm trying to figure out where to put the kitty. Oh, I do need to put the kitty probably on the front, because I don't think he'll stand down anywhere else. Maybe he'll sit right down here, and he's looking toward the inside of the journal. Which way? Or maybe the kitty could be under the... No, I want him out. I'm not hiding a kitty. I like my kitties. Yeah, we're going to put him like that. He's going to be watching. You're probably saying, when are we ever going to get to the inside? Well, the inside isn't too much to it. It's just gluing the pieces down and tucking the goodies in it. I think all the real stuff was on the outside. All right, we're going to put Kitty here. I'm going to dab off some of that excess glue I just spilled. He needs to be sent there. He wasn't sitting on there. Now he is. All right. And I have a tendency to never show you up close what I'm doing, so I'm trying to do that here. So here's the front. You have the ability to put stuff on the inside in here, on all four places. And I had thought about doing that as a belly band, but I decided no. And then you've got the lock, which we will do that at the very end, and I will show you how that's going to work. Let me get all my book page scraps out of the way, because we're done with that. Now these little pieces I'm thinking I'll maybe put on the front of my vellum stuff. Oh, knocked that one off. Here we go. Now, we are going to put these in first. And I'm going to just do a bead of vellum on the outside, glue on the outside. . 'Cause maybe I should have. Yeah, it's Rush Ahead Rhoda. Remember, I don't know if you heard me from the other day's video. I called myself Rush Ahead Rhoda. I'm always rushing ahead. Oops. And we're going to just keep on going down through here. And I'll come back on the other side and do my glue then for the front. Because I need a pocket or two around there I gotta glue down. Alright, let's put that around here like this. Match up my corner. I can see my glue curling, my piece is curling just a little bit, but all I gotta do is go like this and it'll smear it in. Now it's right here I gotta do my glue, but after I get this taken care of. And then down here. Okay. I don't think my glue stuck very well here, so we're going to go back in with a little bit more here, and then we're going to do this lower line. Alright, now go over it again with my score tool. Try to catch your seepage. Alright. There. Now, we'll go over and do our other side while that is drying. I think that'll dry. Oh, nice. Oh, we do have to do the bottom. Let me glue up my pocket on the bottom. Because it's going to go right like that. And that'll be the tall stuff. I don't know that I need to do any... I like the lace here, so I don't really want to put a thumb pull there. Because, you know, it's obvious that it's a pocket. Because it's an ephemera folder. Okay, so we're just going to go with some glue right up through here. I think I got some tags that I cut out that they'll peek just above this. Okay. And that's what she's supposed to look like. Go over here and push this in. Ooh. Well, I didn't make any money at the shop the last couple weeks. But it's not tourist season yet. There has been plenty of people going in there looking. Plus, it's going to be a lot of stuff opening up the day I come back from West Virginia. It'll be Farmers Market Day on the 1st. And it'll be, I don't know if that's the opening of tourist season. Alright, I can kind of see the glue up here. And I'm wondering if my idea with the rub-on might be the best place for the rub-on to go over and kind of hide that. And my idea for these little guys was to go on the front here. And maybe she could label, or maybe one here and one here. And she can put in what is in that area if she would like. Okay, this time we're going in here first with this. I'm going to do the front first. Then I'll glue the whole thing down. Okay, and then this and this. I want to wish and thank all my subscribers, watchers and lurkers. I think I usually add all of you in there. A very much appreciated thank you for being such good watchers. Such good, support. It's just, it means the world to some of us little small time crafters, because there's so many big ones out there. And sometimes we don't get the chance, so it's always a great thing when you've got certain ones that'll come in and check on you, because they kind of know, oh, well, I think she might do something different today. Well, that's wonderful. I mean, because it's everything, I don't know, they say that about everything has been done, but I don't know. There may still be some stuff that has not been done or can be changed so much that is a new item. That's what I'm thinking. There are so many different things out there to work with. There's so many things you could recycle. I think that's some of my bigger videos. People like to see me recycling, especially the McDonald's containers. I got a whole lot of views on those. And I guess, you go about it a whole different way and make something very attractive. They really like that. It gives them ideas. And oh, I'm hitting that. I'm hitting a bump. I know what it is. It's my lock. Let me do it this way. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see what attracts people too. I mean, everybody seems to like Tim Holtz. I can tell you that. They love Mr. Tim. All of his stuff usually gets, good views as well for me. I guess because he does such nostalgic looking things, They're all things from our past or growing up, and I'm having to do a little trimming here if you're wondering what I'm up to. I went over it a little bit. But yeah, his stuff always gets a lot of attention. I try to use a lot of his paper dolls because I got 3 packs of them and different things, I got the portrait dolls, which I've used now and then. You've seen me do that. I've actually got a playlist on all of those things in case you ever want to just go through and see what all I've done with his paper dolls. I have a playlist that you can access. Okay, let me go ahead and go up here like this. Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. I'm just lining up a bead of glue to do my lowest pocket shut. Okay. I made one ephemera folder for myself, way back when. I think it was Scrapbooking with Me showed us how to do it, because she was forever pulling something out of an ephemera folder, and I guess everybody got curious and wanted to know how to make them. So she had us all do that one time, or showed us how to do it, and we could do it if we chose. Mine's quite out there. Let me grab it and show you. Here's mine. Now, I had a little bit of trouble with the vellum inside. Now, I did some scrapbook paper I wasn't going to use. It was from a really inexpensive pack. And I just kind of did this. Now, I've been trying to go over and sew stuff and add my pages back in. But see, I've got holes everywhere. The glue didn't, and I did 2-way tape too. People say, oh, we'll use 2-way tape. That still didn't help me. So that's what I did. And I'm go in it every now and then, not all the time. All right, my idea here, let me go ahead and put my labels down, because they kind of need something down there. And I'm going to see about doing the rub on. I'm going to see if that works. She made some beautiful little things with the vellum, and she actually laminated it too afterward. I don't have a laminator, but it was really interesting. Yeah, I did that upside down. I'm sitting here telling you how to do the shadows and stuff. And I'll put that upside down because my light's on the top. All right, pay attention. All right, now that's the right way. All right. You might not be able to see it. I got a new phone, so I'm hoping the camera has, and it has been better. I don't see it fluctuating when I'll watch back a video to see how badly I did. Oh, but yeah, I think it has improved. I'm not about to go and waste any more little brads in here because I don't want it to hit anything she may store in here. I didn't mean the word waste, I just meant use, because I don't want it to hinder anything. All right, this, oh yeah, right here. Put it on the front there. Try to match it up with the other label. Oh, okay, that's good. That's close enough. All right, this is about done. We have to stuff it after we get our lock on here, our closure. Everybody always has a problem with closures, they say. Okay, well, I'm going to cap my glue for now. I think I don't need it anymore. Okay, the rub ones. Push these up out of the way. I thought about doing the stripe ones. I don't know so much about this one. I guess I could do a rub on of that down there, but I only have the one. I've got that, well, that's upside down. That's in gold though. Maybe I'll do this one. Well, maybe I could do both ends. Hey, that'll work. Get out there. Come on, come on. This isn't on the vellum though, but my idea was for the vellum. I'm going to be hitting something on that side, so I might skip that one. All right, let's try this. All right, there's that one. And you take it off and position it. Try not to get your fingerprints too much all over it. I'm going to stick it right there. Yeah, right there. Okay. And then I saw somebody use this one time. One of those score tools. Gosh, I don't know if that's on there good. But it did a really, really good job. And all you do is you could put this on, or you can just do it as is. This might make it easier. I think sometimes once this stuff hits the paper, it'll almost automatically stick. It just depends. This is some Dollar Tree goodies, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a rub. Okay, let me pull and see if it's going to cooperate. Oh, that one didn't. It sort of turns white when it starts. Tell you what, I'll put you on hold so you won't have to watch this. Shoo, I mean, I need to apologize. I didn't realize it's almost 45 minutes. Oh, when you're having fun, right? Well, let's go ahead and put our little goodies in here. You can see I did a little tiny guy up here, rub on. I did one across here so it wouldn't have nothing. And then I did this pretty one here. And then we're just going to put our little goodies down in our pockets. And we got to put our closure on. And she should be good. I gave her a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I may have to come back in and give her a few other little goodies. I gave her some flowers here. That don't want to go down in there. That flower is fighting me. Okay. I gave her some sentiments. And some different size. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. And if it gets down in there, you just get in there with your tweezers and get it out. That's the way to work it. I gave her some quotes. Will they go here? Yep, I think they'll go up there right nicely. And we have another one of these. And I've got a big circle. I don't know if she can use that for anything. I think it goes this way. But we'll put that in behind there. I do have room for something else in that lower pocket here, so I'll find something off camera. And now we're going to close it. I'll probably put a few more little goodies in there. And we're going to work on this and get this done. Okay, we need our fabric tack. We need our key. We're going to glue the key down to the burlap. Burlap is one of those things. Ugh. I used to work in the fabric department there at Walmart. And that stuff come in, or somebody wants some cut. Ugh. Smelled like the dust of the barn. Came right up in your nose. It was horrible. But, I mean, everybody's using it now. Everybody's doing it for weddings. They'll have these country weddings, and they'll be all sitting on the hay bales, or they'll have it in their on their tables as their runners. I mean, it's everywhere now. It used to be poor man stuff, and now it's rich man stuff. All right, now we're going to cut right up through here and just cut out to the outside edge. I like the little piece here and there coming off, you know, so it looks kind of raggedy like that. We'll just do one or two. There we go. 1, 2. Sometimes you might want to sew that. Now the other thing, we need to put our other... Was that I put on there a negative? Yeah, I need to do the positive. So that is going to go on the back side right here. I'm going to stick it right there on the top. Put a little fabric tack on it. It'll work wonders. Actually, what you do is you you put it where it's going to rest, so you know exactly the location you want it to be. And I'm adding extra glue here because I'm going to be putting it on a fabric source. So we want to have that right there. And the only thing is, I'm not going to be able to open this until that dries. But I'm going to go over the back here and glue the rest of this key down. Try not to go too far down there. I don't need to. I just need to get enough of this on here to fold it around. Ugh, it's like I'm pulling spider webs and everything else off of this thing. Ugh. Yuck. Alright, right there. I'm leaving it a little loose. I just don't want to make it too tight that she can't put anything in there. She might want to get a little something bigger, thicker. Yeah, your ephemera folder is usually for, you know, things you want to cut out and have at the ready. Stamps. A lot of people put stamps in them. Any kind of fussy cut items that They might sit in front of the TV and work on it at night. That kind of stuff. All right, we don't need that anymore. And we're going to see what we got here, if that dried for me. We also still need to put our wire. Now, that's right. We have to go through and see if we've got everything that we needed. I'm actually going to put this down here because... Is that the right way? No, that way. Because it's got... Home is where the heart is. Actually, let me put it up there. There we go. That's a perfect spot for it. And I've got the heart right there. It kind of covers it, but oh well. So, our items. Book page. Any animal. Clock. Holes, which I placed the brads in. And wire was our paper clip. So that is done. I don't know if this is going to open for me. Let's try it. I don't know if it's dry all the way. Well, good enough, good enough. So we have our lock where the key was to go in. And we have all of our goodies. All right. I hope Ken likes this. I'm going to put a little clamp on there and just make sure that dries all the way. All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming to visit and watching and seeing how I did this. And I hope it gave you ideas. Everybody have a great day. Bye.